All right, Brian Bergner here with the Daily Courier, sitting here with Northern Arizona Suns head coach Ty Allison. Coach, talk about how training camp's been going so far.
Camp has been going great. As a coach, it's important that the guys buy into your system, your philosophy, and these guys have been bought in since day one. We have some veterans with Eli and Ski in DC, and those guys have definitely set the tone, and I'm excited.
Talk about the role you foresee Derek Jones playing now that he's been sent down
Yep.
to you guys as of yesterday. Is he going to be practicing with you guys every day? Is he going to be heading back and forth? What's going to be his case?
You know, in regards to him being back and forth, I'm not sure. You know, whatever Ryan and those guys think is best for Derek's development, you know, I'll support him. But while he's here, he's been great. You know, Derek came into the gym yesterday and blended right in. You know, and that's exactly what we want. We are family, and we welcome him with open arms.
Talk about Askew Booker. He's one of your returning players.
Yes.
You know, I was at practice the other day. He seemed like a very vocal leader for you. Talk about his leadership role for you and how important he is for the Suns this year.
That's awesome you noticed that, because that's what he had to work on last year and this summer. And for you to notice that shows me that we are doing a good job with him, and he has bought into it. So Ski is definitely one of our leaders. He's our coach on the floor. You know, I'm putting a lot of responsibility on him, and he has broad enough shoulders to handle it.
Talk a little bit about Daniel Alexander, a local tryout kid, Grand Canyon University kid. Talk about how he's developing and looking in camp so far.
Since I saw him in the open trial, I liked him because he's solid. He's strong, he's physical, but he's such a humble guy. And that attracts me to him. He's humble and hungry at the same time, and he reminds me of myself a little bit. You know, so in those regards, and in the camp, he's been great. You know, he really pushes Derek Cook. He really pushes the bigs to catch up with him, and that's exactly what I want.
Finally, Coach, talk about the roster overall. You know, obviously cuts are on the 10th.
Yes.
You got a few days yet to decide. You've got an exhibition on Sunday. You know, how important is that exhibition going to be in terms of the decisions you guys are going to make?
It's very important, you know, along with everyday practices too. You know, I'm not putting all of the decision on the scrimmage because that's unfair. But I am observing every practice. We video record practice, so we go back and watch it. And we're also going to have an inter-squad scrimmage on the 8th, I believe. And so that's 2 games where we can really see if the guys can play, and we're going to make our decisions off of everything, not just those 2 scrimmages.
This is Brian Bergner, Daily Courier, with head coach Ty Allison, Northern Arizona Suns. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Derek, talk about how practice went yesterday for you after you got the assignment down here at the D-League.
Practice went great. Came in and ran through the plays. Everybody started competing. We came back later on during the day, and we got to play 5. Got to see how everybody played together. Practice went well.
Talk about the transition between, you know, practicing with the NBA guys and now at the D-League. You said earlier that it was pretty seamless. You know, everything is the same. So, you know, did you feel like that was an advantage for you coming down?
Yeah, it was definitely an advantage. Knowing all the coverages defensively, knowing all the calls offensively, and being able to just come here and help. I mean, I know I'm young, and we all have stuff to learn. I mean, it's stuff I can learn from them, things they can learn from me. And I'm just happy to be here, helping out, and being able to play the game that I love.
Derek, you were a tryout player last year, and you made the club for Bakersfield before they moved over here. What's that been like now that you're kind of got a year under your belt and, you know, you've got that experience?
I think last year was a great learning experience for me. What I was able to do was learn under a great group of guys, great coaching staff with Coach Gent, Coach Towers, the assistant coach to them. And they kind of just, they brought knowledge to the game for me because I started playing basketball when I was 18. So they kind of walked me through things. They knew I was a fresh kid out of college. We needed a lot of development, so the D-League is perfect for me.
Talk about how camp's been going for you. Seemed pretty spirited practice on Tuesday and Wednesday when I was here. You know, you guys think you're going to be ready for this exhibition coming up on Sunday?
I really do. I think we have a great group of guys, a very competitive group, a defensive-minded group, and that's very rare in the D-League. A lot of D-League teams focus so much on offense that they don't let guys develop their defensive skills, which usually gets them the call-ups that they want from being in the D-League. So I think when we play Sunday, we'll show that we're a very defensive-minded team.
Talk about, you know, you got a lot of, you know, with having the D-League experience under you now, you know, I know coaches talked about you becoming more of a leader. and I noticed that on Tuesday that you were pretty vocal. Talk about your role as a leader here on this team and how that's been going for you.
Like I said, it comes from last year, man. You know, seeing who I was led by, Xavier Mumford, who actually made it to the Memphis Grizzlies last year, got called up. So, you know, following their footsteps, you know, being vocal, being show it, you know, so they can do it. You know, I have to be in those lines first, being in those drills first, finishing first. You know, just gaining these guys' respect so they can follow me when the game comes.
Talk about what your experience has been last year. Played with the Bakersfield Jam. You know, Suns purchased the affiliate. Now you're here in Prescott Valley. You know, what's all that been like for you as a returning player?
I mean, it's awesome just being able to play back at home. We'll have hometown fans, which is just always fun. I grew up here, from here, born and raised, so I love being able to play in Prescott.
Talk about you know, your time in the D League so far. You know, what kind of experience have you gained being able to be a part of that?
I mean, it's awesome. Just the competition level is amazing. All these guys are striving to make the NBA, so it's a tough competition every night. It just makes you a better player.
Talk about your experience. You know, obviously you played for Dan Marley at Grand Canyon University. You played overseas, and now you're in the D League. What's that whole trip been like for you the last year and a half?
Yeah, honestly, it has been probably 3.8 times harder than I ever would have thought that it would be. When I set out to play basketball, I had kind of a vision of how that might go, and on my mind there was to be like a lot of success in that. But mostly, man, I found myself learning from situations that have been more difficult than I originally anticipated, and